talk to you about the movie Justice League. I just came out a few weeks ago and it made about $500 million in the box office, both here at home and, of course, combined with funds overseas. The movie is a little bit under 2 hours, stars Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, uh, uh, Cal Drago, whatever his real name is, and a host of other actors and actresses in the film. The movie, I tell you what, for me personally, I actually enjoyed the film. I can't really take anything away from it. I thought it was one of the highlights of this year. Now, was it a perfect film? By absolutely means, by all means, no. It was not a perfect film. It had a lot of flaws in the movie, and one of the biggest flaws in the movie that I noticed was the CGI, especially at the ending sequence. The character development in the movie was top notch. I mean, they probably could have spent a little bit more character development, but Warner Brothers dictated to the directors and the editors that the movie could only be no more than 2 hours. They wanted a fast, efficient movie just to get out there and make some money. They didn't want the artist telling his vision of the story. And that was, to me, was a letdown. There's a big push on the internet right now for Zack Snyder to release his director's cut, which I'm hearing is maybe 3 or 4 hours. Would I watch a 3 or 4 hour Justice League movie? Probably not. I mean, it's just whatever. 2 hours for me, it was okay. I mean, it could have been longer, but it seemed like we were missing some parts. The standout character in this series, though, was actually Cyborg. A lot of people thought that Wonder Woman was going to dominate, and don't get it twisted, she did. She was in a lot of scenes, and every scene she was in, she owned it. Of course, Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne slash the Batman killed it again. And it's funny about when he got picked for that part back in the day. A lot of people didn't think he was going to do a good job. Oh my God, Ben Affleck, he's going to be Batman. He's not going to do whatever, dude. He's been dominating that role and he's been owning that role. And he is now. I see him as Bruce Wayne slash the Batman. Gal Gadot, and yes, it is pronounced Gal Gadot, not Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot, she has nailed it as Wonder Woman, and I didn't have any faith in her. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but man, she is adorable. She is fierce. She is strong, and man, her opening sequence in the movie, whoa, man, I was on the edge of my seat. Good. I love watching her on screen. And I tell you, they have done a great job with developing her character. Of course, the young man that plays the Flash, he's the kid of the team, and he's a kid that has super speed, and he acts like it. I mean, he gets into the Batcave, he's all over the place. Oh my God, that's the Batmobile. Oh my God, there's this, there's that, and of course, Batman's like, hey, stop. I'm telling you, he is hilarious, and he calls himself, and of course, Cyborg. Him and Cyborg are what they call the accidents of the team. If you haven't heard already, of course, you probably heard about it now. Superman, of course, is in this movie, and he died in the last movie. They had a little dust on this casket rising up. They probably should have done that because it didn't play into this movie at all. It was more or less like whatever. I mean, maybe it was to let the audience know that Superman will rise again at some point, but there was no need for that. We knew that was coming. I liked how they did his return, though. A lot of people didn't like it. I actually thought it was pretty neat. And when he came back, he was not so much as evil, he was confused. He was more confused than anything else. And man, I tell you, there's one scene in this film with him and the Flash. They make eye contact. It's one of the funniest bits I've seen in comic book superhero movie history. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so many memes about it now on the internet. It's ridiculous. But when I see that, I call that the can he see me moment? And man, I tell you, it's hilarious. And it shows you the true power of Superman. How powerful this being is. He's way overpowered. He really is. The villain of the story, on the other hand, unless you were a comic book fan, you really didn't get his motivations. I'm sorry to say that. And I'm a comic book fan, so I got it. But a lot of people, which they should have wrote it for, didn't understand, dude, what's going on here? I mean, the actor, I like the actor. He played the actor that played him was the same guy that played him, was the same guy that played Caesar in the old HBO series Rome. And I'm not sure of his name, I'm sorry. But he did an excellent job playing that character. But the CGI just looks so CGI. I'm telling you, I don't know. They need a few more renders on a lot of things. The opening sequence with the Amazons themselves, awesome. I love the way they tried to keep the mother box away from Steppenwolf. That's his name, Steppenwolf, by the way. But he was relentless. And once he got the mother box, he was like, peace, I'm out. they did an excellent job with that sequence. The Amazon's always going to rock it, so they're definitely making a Wonder Woman 2 if you haven't already heard that. But I'm telling you, this Steppenwolf character was woefully neglected. I mean, standard, I need to destroy the world type villain. I'm not going to give you a reason why. And in Aquaman, God, why can't I think of this cat's name? Anyway, he did a great job too. He was pretty much the badass of the team. You know how Batman's usually the brooding one. Batman couldn't do this in this movie, so they had to give that role to someone else, and they gave it to him. He was the brooding one. He was the one that was walking around. Why are we doing this? Hey, I guess we got to do this. And you're like, whatever, dude. You just lighten up. But they gotta have somebody like that. But I tell you, Cyborg to me had the most character development. I really didn't expect much from that character, and the CGI on him, sometime I was like, I don't know, I don't buy it. My eyes, it was just kind of, I was sometimes all over the place because I think they probably should have put some kind of a suit on him, and then CGI the rest. I don't know. It just, as it stands now, the actor was in a green suit, and I think he has some lights on his face, to portray the light on his forehead, on his chest. But other than that, it just looks so unrealistic. Given the world of Man of Steel, and then we went to Batman versus Superman, and now we're here. It just didn't seem like the same world that we knew back in the Man of Steel, if that makes any sense. That's just how I saw it anyway. All in all, did I enjoy this movie? Yes. I enjoyed this film. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna enjoy it again. I'm probably gonna watch it again. But could I recommend it to family and friends that they go see it? And maybe. If you're into the superhero genre and you're interested in seeing the Justice League on film, sure, go see it. But for the average moviegoer, no. Family and friends, I can't do it. I can't recommend this one to the average moviegoer. I just can't do it. It's too many mistakes, too many plot holes. And certain things you could tell were just missing. It was edited, rushed editing, poor special effects, especially at the end. Oh my God, the end. I felt like I was watching a video game. That it was that kind of a render. And I get it. You got to have CGI in movies like this, but I'm telling you, they really need to start toning down a lot of that CGI. They really need to. If you're gonna use it, then it better be top notch. That's all I gotta say about it. And then I can rant on and on and on about it, but that's pretty much it. Anyway, I'm gonna give this one a 6.5 at most, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that's actually being gracious because I'm a fan of the movie. Some people just straight up hated it. My best friend, he hated it. I didn't hate it. I liked it. He hated it. It is what it is. 6.5. Thank you for visiting my site. I really appreciate it. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button because it really does help me out when you do that. And if you're on Facebook, share this out to your family and friends. Thank you.